Matthew the math guy. Matt. Matthew the math guy. Math is cool.
Hello and welcome back to Math with Matt. Today, me and my colleague Alex will be teaching you about the Pythagorean theorem. Hello and welcome back to Math with Matt. Today, me and my colleague Alex will be teaching you about the Pythagorean theorem.
So Matt, if you take any right triangle, or any triangle at all, that two small sides make a right angle, then can you use the Pythagorean theorem?
That's right, Alex, and that's exactly how we know whether we can use a Pythagorean theorem in a problem. When you have two legs in a right triangle and one hypotenuse, the two legs must make a 90-degree angle. Before we get into more detail, there's one very important formula which you have to know, and it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
So if a given problem is missing the value of the hypotenuse, what would you do?
So the way you do the Pythagorean theorem can be put down into 5 easy steps. The first step is to set out the Pythagorean theorem.
Whoa, slow down there, Matt. Can you explain more in depth for us non-math geniuses?
The second step is to replace the values for the...
Thanks, Matt. That made it really simple. But how do you solve a problem if you're given the hypotenuse and a leg?
Now, we have to find c instead of c squared. So, what we do is we find the square root of both the numbers. The last step is to simplify and find the final answer. Okay, so now you have to simplify this. When you simplify it, you get 9 plus 16 equals c squared. That also means that you have 25 equals c squared. This is the 5-step formula to finding what your Pythagorean theorem answer is.
Thanks, Matt. That made it really simple. But how do you solve a problem if you're given the hypotenuse and a leg?
Very good question, Alex. For that, we'll look over here. You really do the exact same thing. You start out with the formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and then you plug in the numbers. 4 squared plus b squared equals the hypotenuse, which is 8 squared. 16 plus b squared equals 64. That simplifies to 64 minus 16 equals b squared. This, after subtracting, you get 48 equals b with b squared, which means that the square root of 48 equals the square root of b squared. Since you cannot simplify the square root of 48, your final answer will be the square root of 48 equals b.
Matt, is there any way we could get a visual representation?
So, some of you might be wondering how this works. Well, if I take you over here, you could see that it's a 4 by 4 and a 3 by 3, which is 4 squared and 3 squared. That's 16 plus 9, which equals 25. Then, when you take this, it's a 5 by 5 grid, which is 25. If you take 16 and 9, you get 25, which is how big this square is.
Matt, that is truly so cool.
See you next time on Math with Matt, where we discuss quadratic formulas.